Tinashe, I've discovered one thing that the South African unemployment rate gets reported all the time. But what problem are we actually looking at when we hear this report being constantly reported?
The biggest problem that we are currently seeing is that there is a huge number of people, youth and older, who are kind of coming into, the employment space, looking for jobs, looking for opportunities. But the state of the situation is that the amount of jobs being created are not coming out to match the number of people who are coming into the workspace. So, for example, in 2026, we are likely to have another close to 500,000, maybe more, maybe less, graduates coming into the workplace, into the workspace. There's not nearly enough jobs being created within the space within South Africa to accommodate for those incoming graduates, let alone the ones from the past 4 years. So the economic growth and the amount of opportunities and possibilities that are coming into the space are not coming as quick enough and are not being as easily accessible or easily shared with the rest of the job seeking population to really meet the demand where it's at. So I think that's where the biggest problem is, the mismatch. There's a lot of people looking for jobs, but there's not nearly enough jobs being created to accommodate all those people. And that is a big problem that we need to figure out.
You say the real figure of this percentage is 42%. What actually is between that gap?
So that 42.1% is the more practical answer as to what employment is looking like right now. Some speculate that if you want to be really practical, it goes upwards of 60%. And that 60% essentially would include all youth. Would include everyone beyond just the youth. So those above, what would be the minimum youth age. You have everyone between the ages of like 18 and 35 being bracketed into that 42%. But if you're to actually include the host of people across the country who are unemployed, you're looking at possibly 60% of the economy. And the reality is, whether you're in Western Cape, Gauteng, Eastern Cape, again, the data shows that there's just not enough companies that are recruiting. There's not enough businesses coming from abroad that are bringing in these new employment opportunities. Existing businesses are closing down, and there's a lot of unrest within the country. That's something we can't shy away from. All of these things are probably doing a lot more to push jobs out than invite them in. And then you have AI, coming into the fore, and how that has affected recruitment, business operations, processes, and so forth. You find a lot of more businesses kind of leaning towards, retrenchments and getting people out because they can get an AI agent or some streamlined workflow that can clear most of what their old recruits were doing prior to the advent of ChatGPT in 2023. So yeah, in a nutshell, there's a host of reasons as to why employment is like this, but realistically, the practicalities of the matter is that there's so much happening that it's difficult to pinpoint the specific degrees as to why all these things are happening at the rate that they are, and what it is that we can do to counteract them.
And Tinashe, lastly, why should someone watching this video really care about an employment report?
If I'm being honest, there's so many things that can be taken away from this report. But I think the main thing is that the numbers in here are not abstract. They affect the person who's about to apply for a job. They affect the person who is about to hire someone for a new role. They affect someone who is setting up an application tracking system and doesn't really know what exactly to optimize for. The numbers in this report are very telling of the state of employment, and how seriously we need to take it as a nation, and also show us as to what pathways and opportunities and challenges are there for us as a nation and as a people. So yeah, let's work our very best to try and make the most use of these data points, because they are going to be the difference makers between success and failures when it comes to employment within this particular venue. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you appreciate reading it, and you can access it on all the Black platforms, and it is accessible through some of our key partners as well. So 𝗘𝗺𝗽 is helping us a lot with the rollout of this, but we also have a daily viz and our work life playing key roles as well in helping this come to fruition. So from the Blick team and everyone else working with us, we really hope that you guys appreciate this report.